This is our very first YouTube video on this channel.
Hello.
As you can see, the name of this channel is now the Bada-Bing Show.
Bada-Bing Show.
That is going to be our show, our podcast show. My name is Borneo.
And I am Michael. Hello.
That's Michael. I am a film major and a music minor.
And I'm a communications major with a minor in history, because history rules.
But a music enthusiast.
Oh, wait, yes, sorry.
Music enthusiast.
I love music. Don't get me wrong. I love music.
Did you say history rules and you put the glasses
with the
on?
nerds? Yes, yes. Yes, we're nerds here. Hello.
Either way, this is going to be our new podcast, something that we've been talking about for quite a while now.
Yes, yes.
And it is definitely nothing that you see. I mean, probably there's everything and anything today online, but it is not meant to be anything that's political or controversial.
None of that.
None to do with that. It is
Get
just
out of here.
Imagine if it was late at night, 9 p.m.
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing? It is late at night, 9 p.m.
I'm there.
You come home and you just want to vent. You want to escape today's problems from society, and you just want to talk about something that's not related to anything that's happening.
It was a long day at the office.
It was a long...
Beth just won't even look at me anymore.
Who?
Beth.
Who's Beth?
What?
Who's Beth?
Nothing. What are we saying? Keep going. What?
I was just saying that
What?
I love, because I'm a film major, I love movies, and I watch a lot of films.
Yes.
And he watches movies and also likes music. And
every now and then we meet up together. We watch old movies sometimes, or we watch and talk about the history of these movies. Or sometimes I introduce him to old music, going from 40s to 80s, 90s, and just tell him about just fangirl or just nerd out about all these different topics in music and their background stories. Yeah.
And we just thought that we could share that online with other people, because there's probably people out there who also share similar or that's, some enthusiasm about topics that we discuss,
we talk a lot. And Borneo thought it would be an interesting idea to put on the internet, and I thought it was a great idea too. Maybe some people can relate, or maybe some people can give some feedback on this on these conversations. But yeah.
And this is our very first podcast show, so
yes,
you are going to figure out the nature of our show as we do. Sometimes there's going to be music, I'm sure. He has some original songs, and we both know songs, and many times when we hang out, we just kind of fits around and play the guitar and sing and all that. That's
the thing about us. Even though he's purely film and I'm purely music, there's some things about me that appreciates film, and sometimes I have my film moments that I really nerd out, and sometimes same thing with him. He knows how to play instruments, he knows how to play music, and he has his moments of music wisdom, if you say, and we all intertwine, but he's mostly film, I'm mostly music, and we mix around. So
I'm having some issues with
the mic.
A little bit. It's I want it to stay up here, but it does. Don't let me down.
I don't know how old the equipment is.
Don't let me down.
Sometimes it's hard to get it up. Yep.
Yes. Right now, we are in the Dolphin radio station, which is the station at Jacksonville University. We are both students at JU.
Yes.
And he is the station manager at this radio station.
Hello.
And so thanks to
Professor Dennis Strauss, the head of the JU Dolphin Radio program, for letting us in during the summer and letting us try out the podcast period right now. So thank you very much. We really do appreciate it, and we hope you and the rest of the beautiful audience are enjoying the conversation. So thank you very much.
Without any further ado, Michael. Yeah. I hear you write songs.
Yes, I write songs.
You write original songs.
Yeah, I have poems.
You don't write fake songs.
No. I mean,
I
mean, what is a fake song?
Something that's not original.
I mean, I guess. So, you mean those people that use samples?
Copy
Yeah.
Copy other people. Just
You know,
same stuff, different format.
or like covers. Is that what you mean?
Just copies of songs. Just
Yeah. Do you think covers are art?
They are definitely.
Yeah.
Just especially people that have
Different way of
their own
interpretation.
styles.
Yeah, different.
Definitely. And even well, which one? You know the song "Every Breath You Take" by Sting.
Yes.
Every breath.
Yeah.
Even he said himself, it's nicked off of "Stand by Me." Like the riff is like a really popular riff. It's doom 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 da da doom doom.
Oh, I can hear it now.
And it's like it's but it's a
yeah.
popular riff. It's like C A F G is like the chords, and just many songs are with those same chord progression. Either way, I hear that you sing and you play.
Yeah, I have journals filled
And-
of just writing and just poems and stuff like that.
Right before the show started,
Yeah.
we were just kind of playing around with our instruments.
Yeah.
I have my guitar here.
Again, like we
You
were
have
talking
your-
about, he does play instruments.
I
so-
do play instruments. Yes, my music minor. My first instrument is piano. Guitar is my kind of. I picked it up as I started college, and I'm a junior right now. So
Yeah.
about 3 years. You have your ukulele over
Yes,
there.
I love ukuleles.
You want to do Brainwash, your
Sure.
new song?
Yeah, that's the song called Brainwash. So,
Brainwash.
all right, let's give it a shot. I wouldn't say you're really there. You kept me locked up in my chair, oh, every day. Oh, every day. I tried to tell you how I feel. You changed the topic at every meal, oh, every day.
Every day.
Oh, every day. I tried to reach you. You kept me alone in my room. Oh, say you'll stay with me. I don't wanna. Oh, say you'll stay with me. I don't wanna cry the night away. You keep me up at night. I tell myself what's wrong and right. Oh, every day. Oh, every day. Something builds up inside of me. I keep wondering, is it just a dream? Is it just a dream? I pulled out a knife. It takes a slice. You are so perfect. I knew from your glance it was first sight romance. You are so perfect. I knew from your glance it was first sight romance. Singing now, you are so perfect. I knew from your glance it was first sight romance. Yeah.
I like that sound.
Thank you. You taught me that one, dude. But yeah.
What's your song about?
My song is about
Who's the one that's brainwashed?
me. I'm the one that's brainwashed.
You
actually. No, no, it's not me at all.
Why?
It's not.
Who's brainwashing you?
It's someone's brainwashing somebody, right? I mean, either way, like in a relationship, if you ask me, you kind of a little bit changes about anyone when they're in a relationship. If you don't, then I applaud you. I think you're incredible. Even for the smallest percent, even like if you just didn't, even if you like started like, I don't know, once you got into a relationship, you do your toilet paper like inward instead of outward. You know, there's something that changes about you.
That's really specific.
I don't know.
Okay.
But in this case, it's talking about like an extreme level of brainwashing. I'm talking about like an abusive relationship for this song. For this, it's either emotionally abusive, mentally abusive, or physically abusive. And you, in this case, it's one or the other. It's for the person to interpret themselves. And in this case, the person that's being manipulated is going along with it. They're like, all right, I don't like what's happening, but I do like the idea of accountability. I like the idea of being with you. I like the idea of being in a relationship. I like that you're like my end all be all because I've always been lonely, something like that. It could be whatever. You know, but in this case, it's that you start turning who you originally were as a person into someone that they want you to be, and in the sense that you start going crazy, you start forgetting who you are. In a sense, in the end of the song, it starts talking about the idea of like, I pulled out a knife, it takes a slice. So all this time, like you've been like kept alone in your room. They keep you alone. You try to tell them about your problems, but the other person doesn't listen. You start like this starts turning into weeks, into months, into years.
Is it about a specific person? Do you have a specific
No, not at all.
person in mind?
It's just storytelling. I feel like this is definitely happening to somebody out there. Like someone's being mentally in a relationship and abused. So this was just someone who can try to relate with it.
Yeah, there are relationships like that out there.
Yeah, but
it's just many times, from my experience, it's just the girl thinks she's in love.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be a girl, but that was my particular experience. She thinks she's in love, and she just kind of stays and takes the abusiveness, takes it in, and doesn't really do anything about it.
And you mean like you not from personal experience, but like from like you've seen someone?
Not personal. No. I know. Not.
Yeah, just to clarify.
No, just clarify. No,
just
it's not my experience. No, I've never been in an abusive relationship, nor have I been the abusor or abusee. But I do know.
Just for you to clarify, it could be misinterpreted.
Definitely.
But I definitely understand, and in this case, it's I don't know This song took it to the extreme where something violent happens at the end, and it's up to you as the listener to interpret what happens. So, like, it takes out a knife, it takes a slice. What are they slicing? Are they slicing themselves? Are they like self-inflicting themselves? Like they're like trying to like feel something again. You know those people that like obviously it's like mental problems that they should really receive help about it, and it's a serious issue. But when it comes to things about like self-harm, the people who self-harm or like the idea of self-harming.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's one outcome that people can interpret from that song. Like either the person who's going through all this stuff is like tired of it and starts self-harming themselves, or they start harming the other person. They start like hurting the other person, like murdering them, or if anything.
I think if anything, the problem in those situations is that they don't have people around them to see that something's wrong. And no one is seeing. It's like the one that I don't want to say because it's not specifically those people, but it's always good to have people around you, regardless who it is, just so that they can, keep you in check. Make sure that you're good. We all have our, alone moments. You just don't want to be bothered by other people. But it's good to be surrounded by other people on a semi-daily basis so that doesn't happen.
Yeah, no, that's why it's dangerous when you're like falling in love with someone and you get married quick. Everyone around you is like,
from experience.
No, I've never.
Back in time when Michael found
So when you're like
Cinderella,
when you're still in the loving phase and you're like still in the honeymoon phase and everything, the friends around you say like everything's going fine with them, everything's good, and you kind of moving quickly in the marriage. If anything, this is the problem. Like when you're left alone with them, then the true colors start showing up. Suddenly you're someone different than who you were when you're falling in love, or the other person's someone different when you're falling in love. And suddenly their truthness starts showing out, and then it could lead to many things. It could lead to more accountability, like good things, or it could lead to like positively like bad relationships, like depending on the other person, or like yes, honey, do whatever you want, or like you're like yes, you be like admissive or like dismissive, and just let the other partner just live their life and you just go under their wing, or the other way around, or you both are too bossy, like the other person's bossy and the other person's bossy, and you just can't work together. Or in this case, this is another one, abuse, and suddenly all the friends are gone, you moved away to a small house, and now the abuse starts showing up. Mm-hmm. That's one of the problems about getting married quickly. It's like this song.
I am too young to have experienced marriage. But I can see how that can apply to relationships in general.
But like I learned from like life lessons from my family and from myself and from the people I see around me. That's like what you want done to your life. You just let it happen to your life. Like you should be your own role model for how your life should be. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like when you see these things happening, you take warning, take advice, and like, all right, you see this happening in someone else's life. Do I want that happening to my life? Or like, even if it's like something really successful, like if they're in a successful path, what do they do so I can be there? Or if they're in a negative path, or there's good in that, there's good in something and there's bad in something, just pick the goods from their experiences and just like apply it to yourself in some ways. You know what I mean? So this is how it kind of coincides. Mm-hmm. This is all backing up to like going back to it. This is all goes through my mind when it comes to like songwriting. So like this whole story, this is just like, not to say that's from my family. It's just saying like I pick things in bits and pieces from real life that happened to me, and I just like bring them to my songs, even though they're not all entirely true. I feel like it can still be a voice.
Can you give me just a chorus of any of your other songs?
A chorus?
A chorus, yeah.
Sure.
Just like just a refrain.
Sure.
What's this one called?
What a Heartbroken Life. Ooh, the chorus is, I can't see nobody else but you and me. Oh, how beautiful that could be.
Doo-doo.
Hey, when I come around, I know you won't be there, because I know you don't even care. If you see, I'll see how heartbroken life doesn't have to be.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And there's
that's a duet. That's
okay. That's not the whole song though.
No,
right?
no.
Okay, so we can
we
show
can do
it
that.
sometime later.
That's like a
in
duet.
some other episode.
That's
okay.
like boy and a girl singing. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's like the idea. I just like pick it up from like day to day life. It's just like things that like affect me. Just like
as all of us. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Even in like,
and if
sorry, go ahead.
If it affects me, it could most likely affect someone else. So like if you,
it's art. That's what art is. Just
exactly
empathize, find sympathy in something, see how someone else does it, and perhaps it's not very much different than what you're doing. Maybe it's just in a different format and cool, or you can get ideas. But I mean, I do stories. I focus myself on like story writing and directing and watching a lot of movies, and that's basically what it is. You just see real life in a different form, and you empathize with that, and you see how would it be if it worked out in that manner? How could it be? What would you do if that situation came upon yourself? I was just watching Pulp Fiction yesterday.
Yeah.
And the thing that made the movie so real to me was the dialogue. I don't know if you remember when was the last time that you've seen that movie, that film, but there's the two main characters, John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
Whatever their name were in the film, they were just talking back and forth about things that's literally life. That's what you talk about. It's just scrambled words.
Royale
which
with
over
cheese.
the Royale. You remember that? It's not a quarter pound with something. It's a Royale with cheese. And over there was really well intertwined with what the plot was, what was going on. But it's something for you to grab on so that you can empathize with that and just kind of see yourself in those characters. You just see two people fighting about mayonnaise and whether, I don't know, like, what was it? Royale, which, how is it called in France or whatever. Either way, before this, because Michael here is a Beatles fan, a huge Beatles fan.
I love the Beatles.
And we were just talking about the movie yesterday.
Yeah.
And how, to me, it was just an amazing movie, or just something. It's amazing that it's there.
Yeah.
It's great that we can see this and we can relive some of the experiences that past generations had gone through. We both have our opinions on the film.
Yeah.
Which is, I think we can both agree that it was good, but it wasn't what they could have done more.
Yeah.
They had this topic and these amazing actors, and they had Ed Sheeran in it, and they could have done more with what they had.
They could have done way better.
Either way, I don't know if you've seen it or not. If not, it's a great movie to go and watch.
Yeah.
But over here, I have a scene, a deleted scene from the movie that never made it in. And I was just wanted to see, hold on, if you wanted to watch it, if you wanted to go through it.
Yeah,
Tell me what you think. I don't know if you've seen it before.
I've definitely seen it before a couple times. I remember the first time I saw it in theater, I drank a lot of water and I had to go to the bathroom midway through it, and towards the ending, and I missed the ending. Oh,
really? You went?
Yeah. I tried to hold it up for the whole movie. I really did, but eventually I just couldn't hold it anymore. So I had to go. It was hurting me.
Have you ever seen Paranormal Activity?
Yes.
I saw the third one or the fourth one in theater.
Yeah.
Right when it came out, and it was this deal: you buy the movie ticket, and you also get popcorn and a soda for whatever. It was kind of like a deal that they had going on.
Okay.
And it was one of those big sodas, the giant cups.
Yeah.
I don't know, half a gallon, maybe not half a gallon, but it was quite, and I drank the whole thing throughout the film.
Ate the whole cup.
And I couldn't go to the bathroom. I could not. I just had to stay there and watch
Paranormal Activity?
Paranormal Activity.
No. The thing is, I was at the point of no return. You know what I mean? Have you ever been to the point of no return?
I have.
I mean,
when having to go.
Yeah, he was considering if there's ever an emergency, I should really invest in adult diapers. You know what I mean?
What?
You know what I mean? I should invest.
I've never thought that.
It got to a point that an emergency, you hold it, and an hour later, you're like, I've been holding it for an hour and a half now. My bladder's gonna burst.
Oh.
I'm gonna. Okay. There's gonna be a mess.
I need an audio marker. Audio marker.
Audio marker.
And this is the deleted scene from yesterday.
Yesterday.
My space is not working. My space is not working.
Let's check it out.
First of all, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Before we get into it.
Nice car.
The panel reflecting through
That looks good.
the window of the car. That's just
Does it look bad?
I think it's amazing. I think it looks really good.
I think it looks good.
All right.
That's kind of cool. I don't know if that guy, his personal servant.
This one?
Yeah.
Rocky?
Rocky. They probably named him that because of a Beatles song called Rocky Raccoon. But I'm not entirely sure. It could be a coincidence.
No, I'm on the James Corden show. Right.
Yeah, I remember when he did that. When he went to this show.
Mm-hmm.
First time for everything. Stay calm. Stay calm. I shall put my foot on the accelerator very hard indeed and break the speed limit for the worthy cause of top-notch late night entertainment. Okay,
That was sarcasm, right?
No, I think so. I don't know.
It felt like sarcasm.
That car was cool. I feel like I would
Oh,
drive
look at
that
all
car.
this. I've never seen like the
You never seen that?
backstage of a late night. No, I know how this little hall looks.
Do you think
like.
that's real? Do you think they actually used that? Do you think that's fake?
Yeah, I think it's real.
Yeah, that would be really cool if that's real.
I think it's real.
Do you know who Ana de Armas is?
Is that the girl that's
Yeah, but
on
do
the
you know
stage?
what she's famous for?
No.
I don't know either.
Anna de
I feel like people are gonna hate us for not knowing who Ana de Armas is.
So she is a Cuban actress. Cuban Spanish. She began her career as a teenage. Her home country in Cuba, most notably, had a leading role in the romantic drama Una Rosa de Francia. Hold on, let's go movies.
Knock knock.
Knives Out.
Knives
I
Out.
still. Oh, she
was
was
that
in Blade
girl.
Runner.
She was that girl from.
She
Knives Out.
was. That's right.
She was the maid or like a family friend that like got the money in Knives Out. I didn't see Blade Runner 2040.
War Dogs. I saw this movie like the first 20 minutes of that movie, then I had to go. Exposed Overdrive.
Oh,
And
Despicable
this is
Me.
her first movie.
Not
Well, you wouldn't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I
Nobody
never,
knows. I
Nobody
was
knows. I
joking.
just you know.
Yeah, but this is Ana de Armas.
All right.
Here we go. People probably hate us for not knowing who Ana de Armas is. Cool. What an awkward moment.
He is. Yeah, it's kind of awkward.
I think it looks like blushing. We actually have a team backstage who do blush analysis. They'll be analysing all the footage.
His face.
What an so awkward.
You see his
Dude.
face? He's like,
Here we
Who's
go.
that?
These are the people that like at the end
oh,
like,
that's the lady.
with the yellow submarine. be like,
Uh-huh.
we remember the Beatles. Like
And how?
you know,
The best song that's ever been written, and you did it in
which they didn't really explain why. I really wish in this movie they explained the whole lights thing,
The what?
the whole blackout thing.
Oh.
I really wish they explained it more.
right now. It could be about Roxanne.
Roxanne.
Wait, I think we missed it. I think he said.
What could you get done over a
Hold on.
whole weekend of writing?
He said.
We were thinking you could write something.
Could write
the cringe.
something.
Dude, the cringe.
We could write something right
and
now.
anything as
If,
I feel like a lot of Beatles like fanatics were like cringing at this movie.
you think so?
You're like, oh God, can you write something? Can you like, oh God, stop.
I mean, but in what other situation do you imagine that joke working?
Imagine that.
Really, it's kind of like you have to
It's-
make that
It's
joke.
cringy though.
It is a little bit, but you kind of, it's there. You're never gonna be in this situation.
Again,
Not again.
I feel like
mean,
they could've-
people can still walk up to Paul McCartney and say, "Hey, play something," you know, just be. But it's a very rare situation. Either way, so there's Rocco with the
Hey.
guitar messing up the guitar.
is his name Rocco or Rocky?
I don't know. I always think that Roxanne
Yeah.
is just a really cool name.
Who, her?
Who is she playing? Is she playing someone?
She's playing a girl named Roxanne.
The first time I saw it, I thought it was Roxanne from like Sting's song, Roxanne.
Shoot, I don't know.
Roxanne, you don't have to turn off that red light. Those days are over.
The Police. Something. 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 Here's something.
Something in the way she moves attracts me like no other lover.
They're having a moment.
Something in the way she moves me.
Look at that. That eye contact.
Wanna leave her now.
You can see it in his face that he feels guilty. Look, he's in terms of character. I think he's doing a good job of being an actor at this point.
You're asking me, will my love grow?
You can see that he feels guilty for knowing what he knows. Like, he didn't pay the price. Except for crashing his bicycle. Oh, there's the...
Because they deleted this scene, they never played the song in the movie.
What do you mean by that?
They never played something
In where? In the movie?
in the movie.
Why do you think this is deleted?
It's, I don't
Do you
know.
think
Could
it's
be a
just
lot
for
of things. It could
commercialism?
be
It's
a-
just kind of so they can post it afterwards, and
could be a lot of things, dude.
it's not even posted by them. It's
Some other dude.
like some other channel. I was interested in look at this right here.
What's
The,
up?
the beginning, the backstage area of like there's some writings and stuff going on.
That's the crew, dude.
Oh, I see. And there's like signatures.
Yeah, that's the crew of the backstage.
You think it's the crew or
Oh,
every
yeah.
single artist that has ever come to the show and just put on his signature? Do
That-
you maybe recognize any of these signatures here? Because I'm pretty sure that this is real. I'm pretty sure this actually exists.
If this
in-
is
in the
real, this
show.
is impressive.
There's a lot of
Luke-
signatures here, though. I don't think they've
There's a
had
gu-
that many guests. I mean, this show hasn't been popular for that long.
Luke Wilson. Who's Luke Wilson?
Where?
Above her head.
Here?
Yeah, Wilson. Luke.
Luke Wilson. Let's
Is that
see.
someone famous? If it's someone famous, that will help us.
Oh.
Hey, I've seen that face.
I know this
Yeah.
guy. No, I know this. It's,
So it could be celebrity.
I see. So it could be celebrity. I'm pretty sure it's real. I'm telling you, it's real.
What else is there?
Okay. Either way, I just thought that
Yeah.
that was kind of cool. You know. Either way.
I think that yesterday could have been better. And
Oh yeah, same. I don't like to piggyback on what you said about not like not explaining the whole blackout thing.
Yeah.
The whole city went. I've seen it done in movies many times where there's just something happens and people don't get into it, and I think just you should explore that. It's just how it's a lame excuse
Yep.
to make a movie. You know, it's a lame because it doesn't have to be all technical. A little more. How do those people, the two people at the very end, how do they know? How do they know? How does everyone else not know?
And how come they're not just like crazy people? Mm-hmm. They could just be crazy.
Why didn't they take up on? I don't know, because in the movie there's a lot of why or what if kind
Yeah.
of situations that you could go into. But if you think about it, like in the movie, if Coca-Cola has never been invented, what else? It was like the Rolling Stones, I think, or like there was multiple things, cigarettes, that have never been supposedly invented. Those people could take upon those available job positions. You don't think like that's what people would do if I were to know something that other people don't know, just make money. It's how you
Like exploit it. Like exploit the
not
things that.
exploit it, but if Coca-Cola was never invented, just invent Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Okay. I see what you mean. Or just never invent cigarettes.
We just never invent cigarettes. Yeah.
Okay.
Or invent cigarettes, depending on what you're.
That's a moral principle.
What are you doing right now? It's
This is annoying.
sharp objects.
I'm just fidgeting.
You're just fidgeting.
Yeah, just playing with my hands.
I can hear it in the microphone. I guess.
Yeah. Like. Hey, headphone users, how you guys doing?
We have headphones as well.
You know, we know like maybe one day someone's gonna be listening to this on Spotify and just listen to it. This is for you, buddy. You're welcome. All right, back to the
what you just did.
What?
You opened up more work for me in the editing room, because I'll have to be the one that's gonna turn it down so people don't lose their
Interest?
not interest, so it doesn't hurt their ears.
Oh, yes. Well, sorry about that, but
In the spirit of the Beatles,
first show. Yes.
the Beatles,
Yes.
would you like to play a song from those same people?
I mean, yes, I would love to play it. Yes, I would love to play it right now
Why not?
because I just want to like roast that movie.
You do?
I want to roast it. I just like.
You don't like it?
I think it was cool that they added a John Lennon part, but not,
It's not cool that they didn't
add
invite Paul McCartney.
the living Beatles. They just showed their feet. Mm-hmm. What is up with
who
that?
knows? Maybe Paul McCartney was invited but never came. Maybe he didn't want to. Maybe he was like, I've seen enough of this in my lifetime. I don't have time.
I feel like when all 4 Beatles are dead, they're gonna take the rights, and Yoko Ono is dead, and just
And who?
Yoko Ono.
Who's that?
Oh my God, Yoko Ono is the wife of John Lennon.
Is that the crazy lady?
Yes, that's the crazy lady.
Oh my goodness.
If you want to see Beatles stuff, dude.
How do I spell Yoko Ono?
Oh my God. Yoko Ono space is ONO.
Okay. Should I just...
Yoko Ono's famous for her screeches, just screaming, and it's just, oh boy, why? Why you got to do this?
I've seen this before.
Some people call it art. Some people.
I've seen this. Yeah,
Oh, have you seen it?
I have.
Yeah, so check it out. It's John Lennon and Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry is the founder of the rock and roll, one of the founders of rock and roll genre, and this is an iconic moment for John. He's with one of his legends, and you hear that screeching in the background? That was Yoko Ono. Chuck,
Why is she doing it?
look at that. Look at this.
Luckily, the far-sighted sound engineer
Oh my
cut
God.
the volume to Yoko's microphone.
Some. If I was doing that with like an icon, a person I admire as an icon,
Yeah.
I would not want Yoko Ono or my Yoko Ono.
Why do you think she did it?
She thinks it's art, or maybe it's a message, or maybe it's all planned. I think if you're gonna meet someone who's your icon, that should at least be thought that, you know what, maybe she should just step down for just this one at least. And this was like live television, dude.
I know.
So
And it was live television back... What is this? This is like... When did he die?
Who?
1950s.
who?
John Lennon.
He died in 1980.
So this was... What do you think? Like, judging by his look.
74.
74?
I don't know. Somewhere in the 70s.
Like, it was back when, like, live TV was just still kind of, there were many areas that weren't explored. And so just doing stuff like this live, even you see Chuck Berry's reaction.
Those
you
eyes.
You see that reaction. That's hilarious. And then you see her
The cameraman
doing art.
did a zoom in on Yoko, right there.
He did.
Just look at that. Look at that.
It's art. It's wait. What are the comments? There are 3 types of legends in this video: John, Chuck, and the guy who turned off Yoko's microphone.
What year was this? Can you check out what year it was?
So it says album in the 50s,
No,
but it doesn't say.
it can't be the 50s.
Oh, it's 2017.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I picture the sound guy thinking, if I lose my career for this, it was worth it.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
I just goes to show
The mentality of Yoko Ono. Most people would have been grateful just to present that historic studio recording, much less actually participating in it. But not only was she ungrateful, she chose to actively take a big steaming
Yep.
on the performance when it became perfectly apparent to her that she wasn't the center of attention. This wraps it up perfectly. This right here wraps it up perfecly.
With 1.6 likes.
1,000.
Yeah, 1.6 thousand.
1.6 thousand.
Jeez Louise.
All you bashing Yoko just don't understand her art. She captures the human condition and amplifies. No, I can't say it. I can't say it with a
Oh my
straight face. She sucks.
God. Whoa.
Oh, I just want to go over this video. This is like modern. This is 2010, but it's recent. And
Almost 5 million views.
so she's still alive today, right?
Yeah, she's still
Okay.
alive.
4.8 million. Obviously, she's popular.
She's remembered for the wife of John Lennon and her action.
Is she doing anything now? Like, is she?
Dude,
like,
if she is, I don't know. This is what she's doing right now. Hello. Nope. No hello? Okay. Well.
Okay.
Whoa.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
Awesome.
All right. I'm not going to repeat that because it might be striked for some sort of
Oh, look.
content.
And she gets an applause at the end.
Oh, that was beautiful. Give it. Follow. Let the camera follow her. She's an icon.
Michael,
What?
Yoko wants to tell you something.
What?
It just seems like one of those angry kids at the amusement park that want to go on a ride, but the parent doesn't want to pay for it. They want a soda pop that's
Yeah.
ridiculous, with like the little twirly things on top. And the parent says, no. And the kid just goes,
Yep. Or like you're at Toys R Us or GameStop and you want this game and then your mom says like, no.
this is ridiculous. When my friend makes an unfunny joke, starting to consider that John Lennon shot himself.
21,000.
Oh my goodness! I'm glad to see she's enjoying her visit to our human planet. I can't believe that was John Lennon's wife. It was. Did they? Oh! Look at this.
What's up?
Hold on. John, where is it? John Lennon talks about Yoko Ono.
Julian Lennon.
Julian, who's Julian?
That's his first son.
I heard that you had to go out and use your own money.
That's not Yoko's son.
Oh, it's not.
No.
They had kids though.
John's second wife is Yoko.
Okay.
John's first wife, Cynthia Lennon. Their first kid is called Julian Lennon, and that's his first kid.
Gotcha. Do they have kids with Yoko?
Yeah. The kid's name is Sean.
Is he or she?
It's a dude.
Is he popular? Like considering his dad, or
They all make music. Everyone makes music.
are they good?
Do you know anybody listen to them?
No, I mean no.
Exactly.
Hold on, I want to see what he says.
I mean, she and I, Her Highness and I came to a settlement.
Her what?
Your Highness.
Uh huh.
Which was basically I had to settle for anything. Yeah. And actually, with the upfront money that I did get, I have been going out and buying stuff because literally nothing was given to me. And so, I mean, the ironic thing is that I'm buying his stuff back into the family, into his first family, with his money. Which is insane. Absolutely insane.
Now, you called her Your Highness, and I detected the sarcasm. Some people may think you hold her in high regard.
I understand. Yeah.
Was Yoko responsible for you being cut out of your dad's will?
Well, I mean, it was up to her discretion, basically.
Oh, so he was cut out from his dad's will. How about his other children?
He only had 2 children, him and Sean Lennon.
Okay.
Sean.
And he was cut out?
He was cut out.
So where'd all that money go? To Yoko?
To
And
Yoko.
her son?
Yeah. And it was Yoko's decision.
No.
So the money that he got was just to get the stuff back from his family.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to go to auctions and buy stuff from John Lennon, to buy it back for the Lennon family.
That's ridiculous. Oh, yeah. To her discretion, basically, which is the...
Which means that, which meant that whatever I could get, it was up to her, and there was no choice in the matter. And if I challenged that, I would be cut out immediately.
Right. And she was the executor of the estate.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, is there any competition between you and your brother, Sean?
None at all. None from on my behalf. I've loved him for years. He's blood to me. I used to babysit him, so no, there's never.
Okay, so they're
Yeah.
brothers. They're good.
He's in the middle of it all,
I have a
unfortunately.
brother, Sean. Huge competition between us.
Okay. I wonder what people say about this. And from what I've read, Paul himself bought a lot of the items at auction and gave them to Julian. Yeah, I mean,
So, fun fact.
I wonder if Paul or Ringo ever did something for Julian because
Yeah.
he never got anything
You want to know?
from...
You want to know something that
What?
Paul did?
What?
He did one of the best things he could do to anybody. So when Julian, he was a kid, right? John was leaving his first wife and his first kid, Julian, to go with Yoko Ono. This was during the Beatles. This was like 1968, 67, and just like he left.
When did George die?
2001.
Okay.
But John was still going. And Paul McCartney felt bad for Julian. He felt bad that his dad was leaving him. Julian felt alone. He felt like the whole world was crashing. It's sort of like if you ever been for people that have divorced parents, you feel really alone. You feel really depressed. You feel like your whole world is breaking down. So what Paul McCartney saw this, and he understood the idea of like having your family broken apart because his mother died when he was really young, so he was just with his dad. So he understands the idea of family separation. So what he did was Paul McCartney wrote Julian a song during the Beatles, and it's one of the most popular songs ever by the Beatles.
Which one is it?
Guess.
I don't know. Jude? No.
Hey Jude was
Really?
written for Julian.
Hey Jude?
Yeah, fun fact.
Hey Jude, don't make a sad song and make it better.
It was originally Hey Julian, but then for lyrical purposes, he changed it to Jude. And John Lennon didn't know while he was making it that he thought it was for him. He thought Paul McCartney was writing a song for John, saying like, it's all right, you have found her, now go out and get her. Mm-hmm. It's talking to John. He's like, you found someone you love, you found Yoko Ono, now go and get her. John thought he was supporting him, but in reality, Paul says that the song was made for Julian for when he was a lonely child and his father left him for Yoko.
Huh. So his father left him?
Not really left him. They still kept together, but he felt like lonely. He felt like the whole world was kind of... his father left his mother. So...
Thank you to everyone that watched this very first episode of ours. This is sort of the nature of the show. Sometimes we would like to bring guests, possible in the future. And then sometimes we would just have our instruments and futz around. And you can even, if you play an instrument, if not, you can just tap, futz around with us.
Yes.
Consider subscribing if you like this channel, please.
Yes, please consider subscribing.
And our Instagram links are in the description of this video. And if you're on Spotify, I don't know how Spotify works. Is there a description on Spotify?
We will try. We'll see what's going to happen. If anything, we will post it in the description on what the title of the Spotify account will be. But we're really hoping for the title name of the Bada-Bing Show.
Bada-Bing. Yes. This is the Bada-Bing Show.
On Spotify.
And why Bada-Bing? Because it's catchy. Because
Yes.
It's catchy.
It's a really good name. I could just, it just rolls out of the tongue. You know what I mean?
Bada-Bing. Bada-Bing.
Bada-Bing,
No
bada-bing.
matter where you're from, you can say Bada-Bing.
You could say it anywhere.
Thank you so much again.
If you want to see more about us, if you want to see like more songs of mine, it's they're be in the
They're on your Instagram account.
yeah, and your future projects or current projects that you're working on would be on your account. And
Not really.
not really.
I don't post my projects to our Instagram.
Oh.
It's just kind of like my private
Oh, okay.
photo.
Well, you guys have
Collection.
You guys do not have access to any of that
No
stuff,
access.
and you can blame that man right there. All right, but yeah. If you guys have any suggestions on what we should do, please comment down below. You know, we are open to ideas. We're gonna be hoping on getting some new guests, like he said earlier, Borneo. And if you have any song recommendations, we'd be happy to try to do some covers on them on the show. Like "Let It Be" is just one of our personal favorite songs. You know,
One of yours.
dang,
Mine
dang.
is no. Okay, no. It's definitely a wonderful song. Wonderful song. Can't say anything about it. I do have, to me, songs
Yeah,
that are more
you do
valuable in my world.
Sorry, my personal.
But
one of-
that's why we're here.
Yes, that
because you
is why
have
we're
your
here.
favorites and I have my favorites.
Yes, exactly.
And we share them.
And we will be playing more covers on just not mine, but also Borneo's. And you know, if we outside of the studio, we also do we do play around, we do hang out, and we do we jam out together. So if you
We
guys,
play what together?
we jam out together,
Which I'm out. What?
jam out,
Gotcha.
jam out, yeah.
Sorry.
No, don't worry,
English is my second language.
it's all good.
I'm sometimes slow.
But yes, if you would like, if any covers or any suggestions that you would like to be seen on this show, or like a video suggestion or any comments,
Michael, I think we already said that. We
Wha-
already said that. Like they know.
all right. So
I think they know.
okay.
They got the memo. The memo has been delivered and received.
So thank you very much for sticking around here for our first
That too. They know.
You know what? Goodbye.
Just ciao.
Stravel from the Bada-Bing show. We hope to see you again next week. What? Is that not good? Is that not good? You what? No. Yes. No. Yes. No. But ooh, ah, ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ee, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ee, ah, ooh, ee, ah.